What's going on, guys? Sam again, back with another late trade recap. So, go over today's trade, how I managed to cash out $900. Overall, it was a terrible entry. Um, all in hindsight, though, because I did see a breakout of pattern right here. I thought it was going to continue up. It looked like a double bottom was forming. So, right here, along with right here. So, I saw that it did break out right here. Expected a continuation. Did not happen exactly how I anticipated, which, go figure, stock market, it's not going to happen like that. So we did have to test the support again before we had another good candle to the upside. So all in all, it was $900. It did. I held actually until 10:48. So rather longer trade than what I normally take. I try to get in and out within 20 minutes. Um, it didn't work out that way. So can't complain because again, it still made $900. So if we go over here to the trade tab, um, 900 right there. So I got 20 calls of SPY. So let's do the math. Was that 20? What was the order price? 187. Because whenever you buy one contract, it's equivalent to $100 basically, or it's 1.87 times 100. So one contract is equal to 100 shares. We'll get into all that stuff later. But $187 per contract. I bought 20 of them, so took me to 37.40. Cashed out $900 today. So if we do 900 times divided by 37.40, oh, I wish a million. I wish now. 900 divided by 37.40 times 100, so that's 24%. 24% day, 40 minutes. I was expecting if I was gonna hold that long, would have liked a much greater profit, but that is not bad at all. 25% single day is great. If you think about a savings account, what are you earning? 2% a year on that? I just 12x that, So it was awesome. Um, Looking, if we go back out to the further time frame, so yesterday was the FOMC meeting. It was not the best day for the Bulls, but I guess after the market had closed, I believe Trump said he's going to end the war with Iran. Everything was officially signed. Boom, boom, boom. So I expected a recovery, a much greater recovery, really back up to the 750 level. We didn't hit that, but that's what I was anticipating, even though we did have a pretty steep sell off at market open. But again, found that support because even if you look into the pre market levels, if we go right back out, it held. It did hold. So again, that's why I expected a stronger recovery. Either way, again, much solid trade. Wasn't focused too much on the news after Trump. I said he was going to sign. It's really just a technical trade today, just focusing on those levels in particular. Going into next week, because tomorrow the market's going to be closed due to the holiday, Juneteenth. I'm pretty hyped. I'm not going to lie to you guys, because if we look at it, and I'm sorry if it's shaking, because I'm over here anxious as hell. I don't know how to do these vlogs yet, so. But what was I looking at? What was I talking about? Oh, Meta. Boom, boom, boom. Meta was looking beautiful. I believe it was on a 20. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. So if we look at the 1 hour time frame, this is a beautiful gap to fill right here. Oh, right there. So in this gap, we could see rejection. Could see rejection, but it has to fill it. It has to fill it. We gapped up. It filled it to the gap down, and now we're probably gonna get some chop until we get up there. But it looks like again a double bottom forming. I may have to wait. Patience is key. Remember that. I may have to wait for it to find another support. I will expect some selling pressure to kind of come in. I don't want it to break that 550. What's that 566 level? I don't want it to break that. Hopefully we can hold there. Um, in theory, if we look at a technical side, 570. If we go hold 570, I could see a push back up. But the actual level where I'm really waiting for it to break out, I wanted to break this right here. This little area, this little 580 area has been a pain in the bum. I wanted to break 580 and hold, so we might see a little bit of upside up into 580, a retest right here back to the 577, 578 range before we can see the gap fill. So it could take a day, it could take 20 minutes. Who knows? But this one looks like a good setup for next week. So I'm just gonna be patient with that one. That's on my radar. I haven't really did much more analysis on the other stocks on my watch list. Again, it's really more so tech heavy, tech focused. Apple, everything's kind of choppy. It's in the zone. Same with Tesla. Tesla is in an interesting zone. Tesla actually looks pretty good because if we look at this level right here, we did touch the 388 before we recovered, so it did find that support there. But we are going to be trading into some resistance if you look back on it. So we have the resistance at, I guess this we can consider this one, even though I don't really consider, I don't like calling this a resistance at the end of today's session because it was just a quick spike up. People can easily in the pre-market going into Monday could just bloop, drop back down. So this one looks like a more consistent resistance right here. So if we can break that 401 level, we might be able to see a retest up to the 405, 406 range. So this is going to be on the list as well. I always like having Tesla on my list, even though it's one of probably the worst stocks to trade. But I lost the most money with Tesla. But I love it. It's like a challenge for me. SpaceX was bad today too. If you look at SpaceX on the 5 day, 5 minute, ever since IPO day, I had a really good day following the IPO, and then so IPO right here. I guess we can go out since you guys insist. So what was IPO day? Boom, 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 boom. Right here. Why is it not going this 10 days? All right. I guess that's what it's gonna show. Oh, because it opened later. Then it opened at 9:30. See, you gotta pay attention to details. All right, so we'll go back down to the. Let's go to 10 day, even though it hasn't even been 10 days. It's been trading. It did find that resistance up here, and ever since then, it could not break it. I saw something that it was like a news article somewhere over here, um, somewhere like Market Watch, whatever, saying something about that they can't drop certain is hedge funds. They can't sell until specific dates, so the stock can't really dump too much. If you guys know anything about that, just drop it in there if you're catching this video. Because I don't remember, but it basically was insinuating that it can't dump as aggressively as some people may think it will. But being at this has been selling off, it makes me a little more hesitant with Tesla. They're not tied together, but there is a correlation, obviously, with Elon there. Um, there's no merge going on anytime soon or anything like that. So we just have to wait and see. But Tesla went crazy today also. This would have been a little bit of a better one getting into right here. But once it broke that level right here, then there's no guarantee it's going to reverse. Um, yeah, there's no guarantee. Because it could have easily just broke down and continued on down to find that 378 support. Or maybe 380. So who knows? We don't know. We just got to go off the technical levels. So that's going to be on the radar. Definitely Meta for sure. Apple, it's in a range right now, so I would have to basically just no, I don't want to do that. I want to remove everything. We have to just see it on a more clear. It's been choppy right here, right here. It's just chop, 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 chop. But this was the resistance. Now this looks like it is acting as support, so we could see a little bit move there. That would be a good trade on Apple. Like a 2 to 4 point move is not bad when you're trading contracts, especially depending on how close it is to your strike price. So that could be a good move, but Meta is really what's gonna be on the watch list. Again, just keep an eye out on the technical levels. Just trying to Be patient with everything. I'm gonna keep saying it until it's like ingrained in your guys' head. We are not market movers. We are not the sharks in here that are taking these positions. So we have to be like that little minnow that swims next to the shark and takes off those little pieces. So the shark is gonna attack. Boom! It's gonna get something, and all that little debris is gonna come off. That's where we come in. That we're gonna be the debris eaters. We can call us. I shouldn't change the channel to debris eaters because that's what we're gonna be. We just basically go off of the moves that they make. So be patient. A day not traded is still a day one. So just keep that in mind. Don't rush into anything. I feel like today with Spy kind of was rushed. I was trading off of my phone too. I like trading off of my phone, but that means I was doing something else if I'm trading off of my phone. So in the ideal world, I'd be sitting here with my lovely i5 processor laptop and my little, I don't know, it's actually pretty solid size. My monitor right here, I got a dual setup, nothing fancy, but a little dual setup. Um, but regardless, still a solid day. This was a pretty intense sell off, but we still were able to be patient enough and not over leverage the account to the point where I was uncomfortable with the loss that I could have taken if I would have gotten stopped out or sold. You always want to trade with an amount you're comfortable with. If you're not comfortable with it, do not trade it. Simple as that. Do not over leverage the account. Ideally, you don't want to trade with, what is that, I believe 1% of your account or 10%. You don't want to trade with more than 10% of your account. So if you have a $500 account, what's that? $50, $1,000, 100, 20, no, $1,000, 10. Yeah. I was right. $10,000, 1,000. See, sometimes I speak too fast. My brain can't always catch up. But this is what we have. So again, just keep an eye out for how the market is going to react into the pre-market. Again, we're closed tomorrow, so we'll just see how everything goes. But yeah, solid day. If you like the content, I'm just gonna keep rolling it. I'm keep pushing. Consistency is key, so I'm just gonna keep rolling this stuff out. Hopefully, I wasn't too. Hopefully, you can hear me because I was actually kind of far away from the camera. Now I'm looking at my screen. I was sitting all the way back here, like I was sitting in a low rider. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you like the content, please drop a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Gonna keep pushing it out for you guys, and you'll see me on the next one. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your 3-day weekend. And we'll be back to make some more money next week. Peace.